Hello monkeys, it's Neon. Today I'm gonna show you how I rigged the Jaime model. So because maybe some of you will want to add some animations to the model and use it in a game or something like you can where you can display monkeys playing around. Okay, so you can see I used some shapes to display the bones. That's a neat feature of Blender where you can just have shapes instead of the real bones. Here you can see the rig, how it's done, but it's not very convenient for animation to move those bones because there are plenty of them. And as you can see, you have control bones that are here that are very small, and it's kind of hard to move them. So using shapes is a lot easier for animating. Okay, so this is the main rig, the root node, the root bone. Okay, I got it. So you can move the whole model around with this. Not very a bit more useful. You have the for each foot. You have a bone that has some kinematic constraints. So inverse kinematic constraints. You see, I can move the foot around, and it asks some kind of natural movement. Of course, if you go there, it's not natural at all, but you have to be a bit gentle. Um, so let's continue with the foot. You have two additional bones in the foot, where here you can adjust the rotation of the feet of the foot. Move it up, move it there. For example, if you want the foot to look like this, and here is the tip of the foot, the toes. And you can have a nice movement like this. You can also adjust the rotation of the knee to it's a bit more inward or outward. Well, yes, that kind of control. Let's go to the end. The end is quite complex because you have the five fingers. Here you can see this one is a bit twisted, so I'm gonna adjust it a bit. Okay, and okay, that's fine. So here is the main inverse kinematic control at the end. So you can see it just can move it, and the elbow will bend accordingly. You can rotate it like this, okay, and have some kind of natural movements, almost natural. Here are the forearm and the arm bones, but I used it at first, but that was not very convenient because you can make some kind of rotation, but that's not very natural. Here you can have give some angle to the elbow, but that's not quite easy to manipulate. So just made some target inverse kinematic bone, so you can move it around, and you can see the elbow just follow this bone, and that's a lot more convenient to animate. Then you have the shoulder bone, so you can move the shoulder around. Can be convenient too. And the complete end. End is a bit complex because here you can see you have some control to control the palm of the end. You can see the fingers move accordingly. If you move the small finger, you can see the other fingers are following it a bit, so you can kind of close the fist somehow naturally. Of course, the fingers are. You can break his fingers like this. Each finger can be moved separately like this, so you can make some complex positions with the end. Shake the ass, baby. You can also move the pelvis. So as you can see, all is the control, the inverse kinematic control are limiting the movements of the feet and the end. So that's kind of convenient too, because you can have some also natural movements. You can move the belly, you can move the torso right here, the neck, and the head. Okay, that's it for the. Oh no, I forgot the tail. You can animate the tail. There are 4 control bones for the tail. That's not very accurate, but that's I figured that was enough to make some kind of movement of the tail. And you can, for example, grab something with the tail. Uh, you could if you wanted to, but the tail it's just some very unprecise movements right now. Then let's go to the face. So the whole face is animated. As you can see, there are some control for the eyes, so you can adjust the look of the where does Jamie look. Um, you can move each eye separately like this if you want to, and then you have all the controls of the face. Here are the cheeks controls. Can to have here too you have to be a bit gentle. Can if you want some kind of smile here you can move the lips control. Of course, when it's you can control the brows here. That's kind of difficult to make it look nice and happy. It's very easy to make it look bad. Like, oh, it's not that bad. Okay, so see what I'm doing. For example, let's make it look a bit more badass. There, you can have a complete control over it. Right, it's not that badass, but anyway, that's you can have him uh, look differently instead of regarding the situation, and make it have some kind of human looks. Oh, I forgot you can also move the jaw. So here again, you have to be gentle because there's no limit. So you can move a bit the jaw and might have his mouth open like this. I guess there are ways to make it more constrained, to have some kind of limit to not be able to unsocket his shoulders when you move like this, or but I figured this was enough to animate it and have some nice looking animations. So I guess that it. I demonstrated all the bones that you can move, and I hope you enjoy this model and that you will use it. I will replace Auto and Sinbad in the test case of the engine with this model, so we don't borrow some models to other engines and have our cool looking monkey for our test case. Thank you. Goodbye.